Alright, what's going on YouTube? CardHooks2 coming at you here with another video, and I just wanted to make this video because I get asked this quite a bit. I talk about it a lot in my mail day videos, about like, there's an easy way to ship sports cards, right? It's not super complicated, it is not rocket science, but everybody seems to ship a different way, so if you find a way that you're comfortable with that works, great, definitely use that, but a lot of people ask me like how I ship cards because again, I don't think it's super complicated. I don't think you need a bunch of tape. I don't think you need a whole lot of tape, especially. But it's not super complicated. So I just wanted to kind of get on here and just share how I ship cards. Again, because people have asked me about this, so I figured I would just give you guys a little, just a pretty brief run through about how I do this. So first thing I want to show is just your simple card that looks something like this. So just a thin card, right? So something like this, something like this, something like this, right? Just thin, not super thick, right? One card at a time. So let's say this sells on eBay. So what I'll do, this is super simple. This is definitely the easiest. I'll take a team bag, right? Depending on the card's value, if it's something super crazy, I might, obviously that could affect it, but just a card that's like this, 10-15 bucks. I will throw 2 base cards in the front of it. I will seal this up and I will close it just like this, right? So then what I'll do is I typically have like 5 to 6 things a day minimum to ship on eBay. So when I'm shipping, I'll leave the back of the team bag open so you can kind of see what's in it. That way I can just match the label up to the item, throw it in the bubble mailer, and we're on our way, right? So essentially, I'll just throw this in the bubble mailer just like this. Take this off, peel this, close it, label on top. That way you can't get in the back through the label. You'd have to tear it open this way to get inside of it. So somebody can't like rip this open and then put it back on and then tape it and say, well, I never, the post office can't claim that. So I'll put the label on top of it so this is an easy access. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory, but that is how I ship there. Again, if you're more comfortable shipping with 2 base cards here, cool, but the top loader was already taped by Panini. All the inserts were sealed, but so I didn't tape the top loader, right? If you're in a team bag that it fits in, I mean, the card's not going to move, right? There's nowhere for it to go. So there's no need for tape here. This is super simple, super easy, no tape, nothing. Just, right, a couple base cards that aren't really worth much. Just throw those in there, protects the card. That way, if like something were to happen or somebody were to nick it, it's going to get the base cards instead. So that's why I typically do 2 of them. But yeah, pretty easy there. Little different if the card's a little bit thicker. So this is a 180 point top loader. It's a patch auto from Leaf All-American this year. So the top loader is a little thicker, right? So tape wasn't on it, just to be clear. That's how it came on eBay. You can see that on my mail day video. I definitely didn't tape the top loader. So the one thing is, if you put it in a top loader, if you put it in a soft sleeve like this, and then you throw a couple of base cards in here, it's a little tighter when you close it. So you can do this. You can get a magnetic team bag and you can use that as well. I'll be honest, on cards that are this thick, I'm more comfortable using graded card sleeves, right? So these ones I'm using are just team bags. That's all they are. They come in packs of 100. There's 3 different sizes essentially for team bags. You've got just your base ones that hold like top loaded cards like this. You've got a middle one, which I don't have out at the moment. I don't think I have any of those near me. But those are for magnetics. They fit perfectly. And then you've got the graded card sleeves. And that's what's on here right now. But for cards that are a little bit thicker like this, I might use a graded card sleeve, put it in there, just because it's a, as you can see, it's a little bit, it's got a little bit more cushion, essentially. All right, you just take this, throw this in here, right? Obviously folds down a lot farther. Throw the 2 base cards in the front. If you really want to, throw 2 in the back, seal her up, and you're good to go, right? No tape required. Card can't move. Card can't move. So, I mean, if you stick a base card that's this thin in a top loader that's this thick, and the top, it moves all around, then I can understand the need for tape. But if you have appropriate size top loaders They're not forced in one. They're not real loose in one. If they're appropriate, they're in the ones they need. There is no need for tape. If you want to throw a little piece on there, I get it, but I'll be honest, I think it ruins top loaders. So this is how I ship. Again, I'm not the end all be all, but this is how I would ship. So I would ship it just like this, right? I throw it in the team bag or in the bubble mailer, and we'd be on our way. Getting a little bit trickier if you're shipping like graded cards. So graded cards are a little bit more sensitive in ones that if they get chipped or scratched, buyers complain. So I'm real big on like not letting them get chipped. So what I'll do is I will take 3 base cards and put them in the back, something like this, and then 3 base cards in the front for something like this. Again, this all changes if the card's like a $500 card. I'll be honest, I'm much more cautious. But for like a card that's like 15, 20 bucks, this will work because you're not going to hit the edges of this per se. You're going to hit the base card if it were to press straight down. So I'm typically more likely to ship like this, 3 in the front, 3 in the back. You can still read the title and you can still match it up in the when I'm shipping all my stuff. But if the card's a little bit more valuable, or I want to be a little bit more cautious with something, what I'll do is if I've got it in this would obviously be new, this one's just kind of old. If I've got it in a team bag, I will have pieces of cardboard that are cut out, right like this. This one's actually perfect size. These are just ones I've just saved over the years from other people. So this one's going to be a little off, but you get the idea. Covers it completely, right? If I want to be super cautious, not really a whole lot you can do on that, right? So again, no tape, fits in there perfectly, sealed. And if you want to put a piece of tape on, put it right here. Just on the team bag, keeps the team bag closed. But other than that, no real need for tape. So with graded cards, I ship in bubble mailers that are a little bit bigger. They're about this size. I think this is 5x8. Red, obviously for Instagram. That's kind of basically my brand color. So a little bit of brand marketing tip for you if you ever want to distinguish yourself. I got this from 101 Card Shop on Instagram. He uses gold ones. I thought it was a fantastic idea. Basically just really distinguishes yourself as a brand with shipping. But anyways, if the card, like, let's say this is a $1,000 card, right? I might ship it a little differently, but what I might do is I might put it in this. And if you're really concerned about like a card getting damaged, what I'll do is I have some thinner bubble mailers like this that are basically the same size as this. But what I'll do is I'll basically put this in here, wrap it so it's got bubble mailer on each side, and it's already protected in there. I'll slide it right in this bubble mailer, 5x8. Take this off, seal this, packing tape right here, just a small piece from about here to about right here. Just throw it on there. Bubble mailer or label on the front. You're good to go, right? Packaged pretty well. This is really all you need for anything about $1,000 or less, $500 or less. If you hit a monster card, right? Card's a, huge. It's either a huge order or it's one really big card. I might recommend a box, like a flat rate, and then put that like a flat rate envelope. I think boxes are a little safer, but for shipping cards that aren't, anything super crazy, this is a super safe and effective way to ship something without getting too expensive, without using a ton of tape, ruining top loaders, making someone have to, you guys have seen some of my videos before on mail days when I've had to like take this and like claw into somebody's package because it was, packaged so tight. So, you can ship super effective and super, cheap and affordable, ship well without a little bit of work. You need team bags and base cards. It's really nothing crazy. And then another one here is if you get like a booklet, like this is Stan Musial Cut Auto booklet. Let's say you sold this and you don't want to ship it in the magnetic booklet holder, which I understand. Essentially what I'll do is there's a couple different things you can do here. But basically I'll show you one. There's a couple. First one would be like taking this, opening this up. This is I think a 5 or 10 count holder. Basically putting it in there. This one's not going to close. There it is. Yep. closing this up, right? Putting it in. Yeah, and you can use either the small one or the thick one for this. I'll probably use a thick one, but in this case, I would throw 2 base cards. I'd probably throw 3 just because that plastic holder. I'd probably throw 3 in there like this, right? Get it in there. I'll take this off. I'll just show you guys because I'll probably end up reusing this. And then get it nice and tight. Get all the air out. And voila. Right? Pretty cool. Again, if you want to be extra cautious, if you're super worried, put it in here. Right? I mean, if this is not, it's not super complicated, put it in there, and boom, right? That way someone can just cut right here, open it up, slide the card right out, and you're good to go. Nothing super crazy, right? Another thing you can do if you want to be extra cautious, I know some people prefer the cards in the booklet holder. So essentially what you can do is if you don't want to use something like this, you can use something like this, right? What I'll do is I'll take like 2 base cards, 3 base cards, flip them upside down, put them in here, booklet, fill this with, I got a little Patty Mahomes action. Fill this with base cards basically. I've got some around here somewhere, hold on. All right, here we go, here's another stack. All right, here's some soccer. Let me take some of these real quick. Something like this. There we go. Fill to the brim, basically. I might do a couple more on bottom so it's more in the middle, but you get the idea, right? It's in there pretty secure. Only thing is it might be a little chunky. This might be the one situation where painter's tape comes in, because this might not fit in this graded team bag very well. Definitely not going to fit because it's not going to move. This, but it doesn't seem to fit in here. So this might be a time where you throw a piece of painter's tape on it from like here and just wrap it around and then have the edge right here. So basically they can just peel it off when they get it. Not super complicated. And then at that point, I would probably throw it in this. Definitely just be, better to be more cautious. But again, doesn't have to be super difficult. Take that, tape it up, or seal that up, and then throw it in there, seal it, and label. Done. Super easy, right? So just like I said, I just wanted to share this, guys. I've had a lot of people actually ask me, like, hey, you know, how do you do this? Like, what's the easiest way to go about doing it? It doesn't require tape. I don't have any tape here. Might need packaging tape if you really want to seal a package, like on the outside. Just like a small piece of tape, again, across the top, right, like right here. Just a small one. I'll throw it on here just to keep it kind of sealed if you want to do that. But that's not even necessary. These are pretty strong. So if you guys have any different methods, I'm always down to learn something new. But I've been shipping cards online since sports card forum days, in 2008. So, a long time, 11, 12 years online. Beckett card forums, blowout card forums, sports card forum, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Like, I've shipped for a while, and this has always worked. This is, this has been tested in time, and this works for me very, very well. But again, if you've got something that works for you, that's great. And everybody's got their own, to each their own. So just wanted to share this, guys. But again, let me know your thoughts if you have something, any feedback or anything like that. So that's all I got. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I hope you guys learned something new. If you ever have any questions about supplies, let me know. You typically find these at your local card shop. Graded card sleeves. Again, there's a magnetic card sleeve, and then you got the regular team bags. So that's all I got, guys. Have a good one. Peace.